Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Parashat Pointers, where we delve into the weekly Parasha and look for advice and ways of how we could raise our children the best possible way. This is Parashat Nitzavim. This week's message is dedicated by the Mamrout family in honor of their wonderful children. So this Parasha is pretty amazing. It talks about Moshe Rabbeinu giving over the leadership to Yehoshua. And he tells him, Hazak ve'ematz, be strong. You got to be resolute in your leadership because you're taking this people into the land of Israel. I think it's very important to note that Moshe Rabbeinu went out of his way to tell him, you're going to take them out. Why you? What does he mean by you're going to take them into the land of Israel? Why is he telling that to Yehoshua? I think there's a very deep reason here for us to understand. Moshe Rabbeinu perhaps was telling Yehoshua, you know, I was the leader. I'm Moshe Rabbeinu. Maybe you look at me and say, I have to be like him. He was the best. Maybe Moshe Rabbeinu was telling him, no, that's not how it works. You have to be you, Yehoshua. You will bring them into the land of Israel. You with your unique talents, your unique abilities, your unique style. Because when you're going to try to be someone else, you're not going to have the key to success of being who you are with your own way of doing things. Many boys feel pressured by their parents in the rebellion. I've heard parents say things like, why can't he be like his older brother? Or they tell it straight to him. Or things like, why doesn't he read from the Torah like the other boy does in the shul? Well, maybe that's not his talent. Maybe that's not his thing. Maybe his older brother is a very different type of person with a different personality. So why are we comparing? And why are we telling him to be someone that he's not? Of course, we want him to be a tzaddik and good and learn and grow, but in his way. I have the same thing with the wonderful Rabbis, Baruch Hashem. I had a new Rabbi that I hired. And the Rabbi called me in the summer and says, what's the style you want me to teach in? And you know what I told him? You're going to teach in your own style, the way you like, who you are. Of course, there are certain essential elements to teaching that you must do. Has to be clear when you explain it. But you got else to do it in your way, how it's going to be clear, with your own feelings, with your own flair. And that's how you become somebody that's great, because you are bringing out those great talents that Hashem gave you, and only you. The Nitzavim, the princes of the tribes of Israel, when they dedicated the new Mishkan, the new tabernacle in the desert, they all brought the same exact gift. And the Torah goes over and over and over and over, the same exact listing. Each one is a few pesukim, a few verses, and it says the same thing, the same incense, the same animals, the same thing, everything over and over again. Why are you repeating the same exact gift? They're saying this is the gift, and then list everyone that gave it. And the commentators say that each prince, you're right, they gave the same physical gift, but they gave it their way, with their own presentation. And that's unique. And that's special. Many of our kids feel that they're not unique and special. They're asked to be put and to be someone that they're not. And that's a very dangerous thing to do to a child. After the start of a school year, many children start to feel inadequate. They start to feel, I'm not good enough. And the reason why that happens is because, unfortunately, we don't work hard enough to find the things that they're good at and to bring that out and to bring out who they are. We have to work for our children. This is a very important point. And Be'ezat Hashem, we're going to see a lot of nahat from them. We're going to see all their abilities come out. We're going to see the unique contribution that only they can make to Klal Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom.